Dr. Redlener, I think that in normal times, this would be such cause for celebration, but there is such deep skepticism about where the science has been placed in every conversation and every juncture of the pandemic. What do you make of the alert to be ready 2 days before the election for vaccine distribution?
Well, you know, Nicole, it's so blatantly political. And we have a president who is so mistrusted. He's been so dishonest with everything. There's no way to discern whether he's actually talking about a breakthrough that would be effective and safe, or it's completely politically motivated. This is not normal times. It's not a normal president by any stretch. And we have no way of determining what the motivation is here. But the fact that this is going to be pushed for coming out before the election presents some real challenges. We have no idea whether the vaccine, which will not have been, I emphasize, not have been fully tested, will be safe for people. And to push this out a couple days before the election is absurd and reckless, in my opinion. And this is all about politics, Nicole, and a president who's unhinged and reckless in his behaviors starting at the beginning of this pandemic and even before that. And here's what we have now, a challenge that we can't understand exactly.
So Nick, your newspaper quotes an epidemiologist who makes the same exact point Dr. Redlener is saying. Let me read his quote from your paper today. He said, "The timeline is deeply worrisome for the politicization of public health and the potential safety ramifications. It's hard not to see this as a push for a pre-election vaccine."
Well, you know, the important thing, Nicole, is that I think that every American would like to see a vaccine in November. But the problem is, what we have seen repeatedly throughout this epidemic is that when the White House takes the lead on science and medical questions, it often falls short of its promises. I'm talking about the miracle cure of hydroxychloroquine, PPE equipment. I'm talking about drive-through testing at Walmart and Target. These promises failed to materialize in the way the White House promised. So I think we have to wait and see.
It would appear, to Nick's point, that a lot of the damage has already been done. Here's the NBC News SurveyMonkey poll. Less than half of Americans even want a vaccine at this point. Would you get a government-approved COVID-19 vaccine? Only 44% of the country says yes, 32% not sure, 22% say no. So even if we had it, it's not clear that everyone trusts the government anymore and plans to take it.
Yeah, Nicole. And by the way, if in fact people do take it, and then we have a lot of complications erupting in the weeks, months, and maybe a year after those, after they're getting the vaccine, what will then happen to the public trust about the vaccine? And we won't know the answer to those questions until after the election. But the bottom line point from an evidence and science point of view, Nicole, is that we will not know by November 3rd whether we have a safe and effective vaccine, period. This is going to be a brutal experiment to give people vaccines before they've gone through the full human trials period that they need to go through. We won't have a way of knowing by November 1st or even by maybe the first quarter of 2021 if the vaccine works and if it's safe for people.